So, you really want to complete this online course. You started chipping away at the content one day at a time, but then there's this concept in the course that you really didn't understand, and then you were hit by the good old procrastination. It's not just you, online courses are hard, and more so when you have other commitments to take care of. This Inside Higher Ed article talks about an MIT research that studied the completion rate for MOOCs. Among all MOOC participants, only around 3% completed their courses. As ironic as it might sound, I took an online course to learn how to complete more online courses. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a Coursera course called Learning How to Learn and the namesake book. The course is taught by two professors, Barbara Oakley and Terence Sejnowski. Growing up, Barbara hated maths and science, and now she works as a professor of engineering. Terence Sejnowski is a professor at Salk Institute, and he researches computational neurobiology. The course introduces you to insights that you can incorporate in your study routine and backs those up with scientific evidence. Week 1 of the course introduces you to two modes of thinking when we are trying to learn something new, the focus mode and the diffuse mode. Barbara uses evolutionary biology to explain why we have these two modes of thinking. Back in the day, when our ancestors were foraging for food or planning a hunt, they were using the focus mode of thinking. On the other hand, when they were scanning the area to decide if this was a safe place to rest, they were using the diffuse mode. The book talks about a chess match between Magnus Carlsen and Garry Kasparov. During the match, 13-year-old Magnus Carlsen just walks off the board while former world champion is thinking hard about his next move. Similarly, when we are trying to solve a math problem or writing code, we are using focus mode of thinking. When we are relaxing and not actively thinking about the problem at hand, we are using the diffuse mode of thinking. Week 2 of the course introduces us to chunking. Chunking means dividing a large, complicated topic into manageable chunks. Our working memory can hold and process only so much information at a time. Then how do we remember and process such complicated topics? What people do to enhance their knowledge and gain expertise is to build the number of chunks they have in their memory. They can then piece together these chunks or valuable bits of information in new and creative ways. The more enriched and well-practiced your mental chunk library, the more creative ways you can find to solve a problem. Another important concept in week 2 is interleaving. Interleaving is the process where you mix or interleave different topics or subjects in order to improve your learning. The opposite of interleaving would be block practice. If you studied a maths formula and then worked on 20 problems that can be solved using the same formula, then you haven't really understood where the formula should be used. That's not the case with interleaving. When you're working on a distinct set of problems, your brain is continually engaged in finding different responses and ideas to those problems. Repeating that process can reinforce neural connections between different tasks and their correct responses, which enhances learning. Week 3 of the course talks about procrastination. We procrastinate on things we don't like. When we think about things that we don't like, it activates the pain center of our brain called insular cortex. This leads to procrastination, but once you get started on the task, the pain goes away. The insular cortex calms down. Barbara recommends that we use Pomodoro technique to get around procrastination. The technique consists of 4 steps. Number 1, shut off all the distractions. Number 2, set the timer for 25 minutes. Number 3, focus on the task for 25 minutes. 4th, most importantly, reward yourself. This is important because when you're looking forward for a reward, the brain helps you focus better. Week 4 highlights the importance of study groups. It might not be possible to physically meet your friends these days, but there are alternatives. If you're a software developer, pair program with your colleagues. Comment on their GitHub pull requests, write a blog post, sign up to give a talk somewhere, or make a video about your learnings like this one. Learning doesn't have to be just you sitting alone in your room. I hope you enjoyed my review of the course. Please tell me in the comment section below.